What is up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, what we talk about on this channel is how to make money online, how to invest it so that you can keep it and get the freedom in your life that you deserve. So if you're interested in anything on personal finance, make sure you subscribe, ding that notification bell, and we can get on with the video. So in today's video is going to be how to be a millionaire in 10 years. Now this is a bold statement, and to be honest, I'm not a millionaire myself, but this is the exact strategy that I'm going to use to do specifically that. So this is a proven strategy. This is not something that I'm just pulling out of the box just to make views, but this is an actual strategy that you can use. So if you're starting from totally zero and you have no money, here's where you should start. So the very first thing is you can either get a job or get a side hustle or actually do both. So for example, what I'm doing right now is I have an online business. Now an online business doesn't need a ton of investment. You don't need to go to banks to start it or anything like that. If you don't have very much money, the best way to start is actually to start with affiliate marketing. Now I have the building blocks in the description. So if you want to really get understanding the basics and even more than the basics, but basically get started, there's the first link in the description and that will get you started. But before you do that, make sure you stick on with this video. I'm going to go quickly over this because that's just, I talk about this all the time in different videos. But the very first thing is you want to get a validation that this can actually work. Now a validation is not going to be an overnight success, just like I'm talking about 10 years, because being a millionaire overnight is just not going to happen unless you win the lottery. But I would highly advise against that, because you're mostly going to lose money because there's a very little chance that you do this. Now with this strategy, there's a very high chance that you do this. And if you don't get it, maybe you'll at least come close, and maybe it will take you a bit more time. I'm not guaranteeing that in 10 years you'll be a millionaire, especially because I don't know how you're going to do this. I'm not sure how strategic you're going to be, but this is the first step. So the first step is actually starting an online business, because a job will help you support it and get started. But a side hustle, that's where you're going to be able to scale your income. Now, it's not going to finish with that side hustle, but you do need some side hustle to get the ball rolling. When you start affiliate marketing, you want to find a high ticket offer. That's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about my exact strategy, so you can replicate it yourself and tell me how it's going. So I found a high ticket offer that I'm promoting, and you can use TikTok for this, because TikTok will validate your process. If you're posting consistent videos on TikTok every day, then more than likely you're going to get some sales after a month or two, and that will just validate what you're trying to sell. So if you're trying to sell a high ticket product on making money online and you haven't made any money online, that doesn't matter. You can just document your journey. You can say that this is the program that you use to understand the building blocks and get started with affiliate marketing. If you're using the product down below, which is basically a 15-day course that doesn't cost a lot of money. In fact, it does cost only $7. So that's just basically what it is. Now, the other thing that I'm going to say before I continue with this video is you do want to invest in yourself. You want to read books or maybe listen to audio books. Personally, I don't like reading. I just hate it. But if you listen to audiobooks, if you look at YouTube videos explaining different things, if you take different courses on the stuff that you think that will help you, then that's a great start, because nobody gets to the end, or the millionaire goal, without actually investing in themselves. So that's a quick side note, but you want to do this. So now that you're promoting something, because that's affiliate marketing, you're just getting people to buy a product that you didn't make, that you don't have to fulfill or anything like that. There's no customer support, nothing like that. All you do is you learn marketing. And that's the very first step on getting to the millionaire status, because you don't want to learn all the different skills at once, because it's going to be extremely tough. And if you already have a job, it's going to be very difficult for you to move on. So now that you're promoting stuff on TikTok, you're starting to make some sales, but it doesn't end there, because TikTok can actually get you to multiple six figures. That's a fact. I've seen people do that over and over again. It just happens like that. But it's not very stable. And to get on to actually have consistent money coming in, what you want to do is go to something where people can do some research. So maybe the research is going to be on YouTube, maybe it's going to be on Google, and typically those are the two ways that people make money. So how do you get in front of people that are searching on YouTube and Google? Well, for YouTube it's obvious. You're going to make some YouTube videos. Why am I here? That's exactly why. I want to make some YouTube videos to help as well. On Google, it's going to be blogging. You're going to create a blog on a specific subject. And I'm going to take the making money online niche, for example. But you can say, oh, just help people out. Basically, that's the point. That's what you want to do on every social media. And we talked about TikTok earlier on, but that's what you want to do on TikTok. But on YouTube, it's going to be a lot easier for you to help people. Even if you don't know very much, you want to learn, apply what you learn, and then teach it. That's all it takes. So now that you're teaching on YouTube, that's the best platform, because it is a bit harder to grow at the beginning, but after a while it gets the ball rolling, and you're going to have this snowball effect of having a library of videos where you're basically helping people. And if people search on your videos for in like 10 years, for example, they can still relate and have some evergreen content that they can look at. Now, after a while, you will get monetized. Now, I'm not going to tell you that monetizing your channel is going to get you to being a millionaire. In fact, this side hustle is not could get you there, but that's not the way that I want you to do it. What's going to happen is you're going to get monetized, you're going to earn some money, and don't rely on that money, because that money is not going to help you get, well, it is going to help you, because some people actually have made millions just with ads. But that's not the easiest way to get there, because you're still promoting that product. You're talking about personal finance, so you're going to get paid a little higher than most people on YouTube per 1,000 views. And that's something that you're passionate about. If you're not passionate about that, just don't do videos about that. Do videos on something else, because that is something that you will have to keep doing in the long term. And if you're not interested, you're not going to be able to do that. So let's recap from the beginning. You make TikTok videos, get a few sales, you move on to YouTube. That's where you have some sort of longer term strategy, and that's where you actually get two income streams. That's going to be affiliate marketing, and then you'll have Google ads. So now you have two income streams, and maybe you're making quite a bit of income, but instead of just spending your money on buying the next fancy car, the next fancy house, the bigger house, something like that, because you're making six figures. And if you're making six figures, why would you live in a small apartment? Why would you stay at your house that you've been living there forever when you could afford a bigger house? Well, I'm going to explain exactly what you should do instead. You should instead stay where you are. Don't upgrade your lifestyle, because that could cost you quite a bit of money, because every time you make a bit more money, you're going to want to spend more, and then at the end of the month, you still have nothing. Even if you're making multiple millions, which this is not the case, because we're trying to get here. So instead, what you should do is you want to invest in dividend stocks, because dividend paying stocks will give you some money after a while that you own them, and what you do with that money is then you reinvest that back in. And what's going to happen is every single month, every single week, every 2 weeks, whatever you can do, as often as possible, maybe it's even going to be every day once you start making some income, is you're going to buy some stocks. Now, you will have to do some research on the stocks this is not a video about buying stocks, but instead of upgrading your lifestyle and going out and, you know, getting fancy dinners or something, you just invest all your money into stocks. And then, well, the money that you can afford to lose, basically, because you don't want to touch that money right now. So after a while, it will compound, because at first you're making very little money. So maybe you're putting $50 in there per month. Then you're putting 100, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000, 100,000. And after a while, you'll realize that what you're making from dividends is actually paying you more than what you're actually making in your actual business. So and you're still going to feed that, and after a while it's going to snowball and snowball and snowball, because you're making so much money from that it's going to get bigger. And that's not me that's inventing it. Look at every single rich person on this planet, or at least every wealthy person on this planet, because it's very different. Some rich people have made a ton of money, maybe they've been good at sports or something, and then they lose it all. But you want to be wealthy, you want to have that money to keep going, you want your children to have more money than you, your grandchildren to have more money than them, and so on. So you're just putting all of your money into stocks, all the money that you can. You want to live below your means. And that doesn't sound sexy, but after a while, you'll be able to just have that passive income coming in. You'll be a millionaire, because it will have a snowball effect, multiple millionaire probably, or multi-millionaire. And then you can use that passive income that you're making to buy whatever you want. You can buy cars, you can buy big houses, luxury vacations, whatever you want to do, you can do that. But it's going to be a long-term thing. You want to invest as much as possible in the stock market, in dividend stocks that are growing, stable companies, and that is ultimately what's going to be a millionaire. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give me one of these, subscribe, ding that notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.